By the way, yes, there was a guy, Russian writer, who overwatched Rammstein's Deutschland video, and he is kind of pointed out that many things that was pictured in this video is pointed out towards the history, towards the sadness about what was happening with Deutschland throughout the history of its country. And there was, as you might remember, that Rammstein is every Rammstein member is from Eastern Germany, and they experienced Eastern Germany, and they pictured this kind of behavior of German elite, East German elite, in this video, as it was all connected, of course, under control of USSR, but it was like all said and done. It was all regulated with some restrictions that, of course, was violated, and with time it's simply just elite simply degrade and fall apart and collapsed. That you see in the video that instead of walls breaking, it's actually the roof is collapsing on them, on East German elite. And those guys understand. Maybe they will not admit it, maybe that wasn't the point of their of this kind of show of this kind of depiction, I guess, in this particular video, but overall, when you see the final titles of the video, when video ended and there is a melody of Sonne on the piano, and you can see titles and shoots from the video, you can't see there is nothing that points out towards the East Germany. And this may also, as this Russian writer said, this may simply show how Rammstein today is feeling about, consciously or not, even though the video was produced by West German guy, but this is clearly show that all bad things happening throughout the history of Germany was somehow not related to the part of East Germany, because many things in final titles is pictured once again from different angles, from other angles, let's say, and they do not have this any of this East German elite pictures in the final titles. And that may say that they are really sad about good old times that was when their youth happening. That East Germany was a better place than it's right now. That also may show us that East Germany really was a better place than modern East Germany. And many, of course, East Germans supporting this idea that since the collapse of the wall, their life is not that much of improvement, and they are sad about good old days in East Germany when it was all strict, regulated, and of course good. Yes, of course, the East German elite is rotten in the end, to the end of the history of East Germany, just as Soviet elite rotten to near the end of USSR, and everything collapsed, everything fall apart, even for East Germans. And that's kind of must even point out for you, for the Westerners who don't live in Germany, who don't have any relation to Germany, let's say, who don't know anything about Nazism, about East German regime, and pretty much can say anything about the East Germany and German history only from books that created in the West, from some, I don't know, propaganda maybe, from some storytelling that's happening right now, which inspire again Nazism and promote Hitler. Maybe those guys pointed out that all that happened in Germany throughout its history wasn't that of great, but in the end, they are very sad that East Germany collapsed and they have no more access to that, I guess. Life doesn't improve much. Nothing really changed, maybe for the worse, but not for the good. Yes, I clearly understand that the standard of living of the West Germany is higher and was higher, but overall happiness always was better in socialistic, let's say, quote unquote, socialistic countries. It's very important thing to understand, and for the people who have no real relation to Germany today and never had real relation and can only judge about German history through the prism of American propaganda, Western propaganda, even German propaganda, because there was such that depict East Germany as something horrible. I'm not saying that this German regime was all white and fluffy, don't get me wrong here. I say that depiction was much worse than it was really is. It really was. And maybe you will start to think about, maybe you know something wrong. Maybe you don't know something. Maybe you need to look for different opinion. At least look for different opinion. Maybe that will benefit you in your country, in your society.